Are you stupid or something? You probably are, and buddy, that's alright. You're in the right place to learn some stuff, so stick around and you just might. My name is Notme, and I'll be asking some Q's, and at the end you'll be riddled with A's. You might score real high, but even if not, you'll sure be glad you played. If you're looking for prizes, just move along, there's no money for you to earn. You win by trying and doing your best, your prize is the stuff you learn. If you want to be an artiste, you have to know all you can about the world of art. So engage with this quiz, and at the end you'll say, I am smart.
Ooh, I am not me. I am art. And it is my great honor to say I am your host, for I am smart. Gosh, it's been so long since I've done that. The quiz where people look to improve their art through learning and strive to earn the right to say, I am smart. The format of the quiz, very simple, very straightforward. 3 rounds of questions for your brain, 3 musings for your imaginosphere, and a 2-point bonus round at the end. 20 points overall, up for grabs. All you're going to need for this quiz is something to write with, something to write on. Optional is a beverage. Water. Because whilst it has absolutely nothing to do with the actual quiz, we do like to kick things off with a toast. Just brings everybody together in the spirit of the occasion, so please charge your glasses. Here we go. To the employees of Dwayne Reed Hell's Kitchen. For the uninitiated, Dwayne Reed is a chain of pharmacies, and there is a branch on my block. This morning I went in there to purchase something, and none, I'll repeat it, none of the employees looked like they wanted to injure me for having the temerity to make them do their jobs. A world first. And I have to say, it filled me with joy. It really, really did. A stellar example, ladies and gentlemen, of the power of lowered expectations. To the employees of Dwayne Reed. Oh, wonderful. Got a double dip for that first one. Oh, can I say it? Can I say it? I believe I can say it. Hello, Smarties. What a world this is. What a world this is. Look at everybody in the chat. Look at everybody in the chat. Nana Hobob, I said hello to you textually, but I'll say hello to you. And thank you again for subscribing with Prime. If you are a Prime member, Amazon Prime, you can give some money to me whilst losing no money yourself. It's a wonderful thing that Uncle Jeff Bezos has allowed us to do. Definitely not Duda. Always a pleasure to see you. Emma Acton, wonderful. Snacking it up already, which is fantastic. I can't help but endorse that enough. AOL Time Warner official, very excited to see you again. You're very excited to see this again. We're very excited to see you again. Emma's gone sweet. I thought you were sweet enough, Em. JRPV20, hello to you. Hello to you. Who else have we got? I've also missed Lucy, says definitely. We've all missed Lucy. We've all missed Lucy. Sweet and savoury baby from Monkey Pigsy Funk. Hello to Monkey Pigsy Funk. SJ Beck 72. Killer Kilch. My gosh. Cheers to all the Smarties. Gosh, doesn't it feel good to be together again? Together again. It would have been a lovely thing if I'd have got word that some of you had met up in the meantime, just, found each other somehow through the wonders of the internet and had a meet up in my absence. But maybe that's maybe that's hoping too much. Amazon Prime, such a good idea. I wish I'd come up with AOL Time Warner Prime. Gosh, AOL Time Warner, yeah. Yeah, that could have really helped to just right the ship a little bit, couldn't it? I'm on an iron bird. Got to stay on as much as I can. Would not miss it. A plane, Killer Kilch? Are you tuning in from a plane? An aeroplane? You're defying gravity in an aeroplane? My gosh, what a time this is, and what a time this has been. How have you all been, guys? It's been so long. I've been sad. It was, I believe, a sadness brought on by the monotony of full-time employment and the drag of commuting, which is tricky. It is tricky because that seems to be a situation that will be with me for some time. And that sadness prevented me from engaging in livetainment, which then only served to make me sadder. It was kind of one begets the other. But then after months of toiling and poetry, which many of you enjoyed, and tactical milkshakes, I felt that the best thing that I could do would be to force myself to make time for livetainment. And so here we are. I suppose that does suggest that I could have just done that from the start, but that is a thought that isn't going to lead to happy places. So I'm going to ignore it. I'm just going to plumb ignore it. Let's check out the potential rounds for this week's quiz. Look at all of these. Look at all of these. Who dat artiste? Odd one out. Anagram ding dong. Red herring. Movie ladder. Yay or nay. Look close. Haikus day. Gimme 5. Alpha bar. Notme wood and nart. All of these are potentially going to be played today, but we don't know which ones. We don't know which rounds. My word. My word. Monkey Pixie Funk just got back from watching A Knock at the Cabin Door. That was not art. Well, I believe it was art, but maybe not to your tastes. Let's be kind, but we can discuss that later. That's fine. Killer Kilcher's entertaining as pizza. That's lovely, although I think they are tortilla chips. Definitely not due to warms my heart. Gosh. As I can't quite remember who won the last episode 54 of the quiz, so we're just going to pick 3 brand new triangular foods. I get it. Also, as entertaining as Dairily triangles, maybe. Let's pick some rounds, guys. Let's pick some rounds. Need to work on the timing of that one, but that worked out pretty well, I think. So we've got Odd One Out, very exciting. We've got Movie Ladder, very exciting. And we've got Anagram Ding Dong, very exciting. Very exciting indeed. So let's have a little look at the order. What are we going to do? Odd One Out, yeah, that's pretty good. Anagram Ding Dong, yeah, that's pretty good. Movie Ladder, that is excellent. Let's look at these. Okay, yeah, that's odd. Okay. Let's finish with that one then. Okay, so a new thing that has happened with Twitch is that they're going crazy with ads. So they're making me put ads in. So I'm going to put one ad in now before we start the questions, and then I'm going to put another ad in after the questions once we finish, before we get to and then we'll be done, because you'll notice I also sneakily put an advert in during the countdown. So that's pretty good. So we're going to have a 1 minute ad. Some of you might not be watching this ad, so please let me know, because this is all new to me. Okay, we're all learning here. If you see this ad or if you don't see this ad, just let me know. Okay, so we're going to run this and then we're going to get on with some questions. Okay, is the ad going? Ad should be going. Okay. AOL Time Warner, monetization from advertising, brilliant. I wish I thought of that. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to provide these. It says ad in progress. Is anybody seeing this advert? But yeah, AOL Time Warner, I'm happy to be, someone that you learn from. I mean, that's kind of the whole point of this. Peppersaw, hello Peppersaw. No ad for me, I'm still with you, says Maple Panda. Hello Maple Panda. Wonderful, gosh. Okay, well that's good. If nobody's watching the advert, then we're all good. No ad for me. Gosh. Or is that just... I would say subscriber, but Peppersoul's not a subscriber, and Peppersoul's not watching it either. I mean, whatever. If it JRPV20 has ads. Okay. Ooh, food. Ooh, food adverts for JRPV20. Okay. Okay. 2, 1... And you're back in the room, and they're saying we don't need to do another advert for another 35 minutes. I think we'll get there. I think we'll flip and get there. So what are we doing? We're going to do... Let's start with some anagrams. Anagram-a-ding-dong, baby. Anagram-a-ding-dong. This is... Oh, doesn't it just feel good to be back here? Doesn't it feel good to just be back here? Okay? There's a lot of information being thrown at you at all times, guys. And in order to make your art the best it can be, because that's what we're all doing here. We're all trying to, get better with our art. You need to be able to unscramble it. Yeah, unscramble it. Only a great artiste could take honeycomb, murder, old liars, and marbles, and unscramble it into a little thing that we call Squid Game. That's great art, okay? And in this round, you can be that great artiste. So let's start. Woo! It's question number 1. Anagram... Oh, no, but what are the topics? UK sitcoms. So all of these, ladies and gents, will be UK sitcoms that you need to unscramble, okay? So I've given you a little bit of a hint, because anagrams can be quite tricky. It feels good. It feels right. Couldn't agree with you more. Definitely not do that. Anagram number 1. Comfortingly puny shin cyst. Gamer Hall. Gamer Hall. Exciting. Lovely to see you here. How many people have we got watching? My word. Peppersaw, you are a flippin' genius. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that subscription. That is absolutely delightful. 11 viewers. Guys. It's happening. We're doing it. Acton as well. My gosh. It's raining. It's raining. Subscribed with Prime. SmART. Excellent, excellent work. Guys, I couldn't be more full with happiness. Monkey Pixie Funk, this is tough. Brain hurting so bad. This is only the first one, Monkey Pixie Funk. Number 2 might be a little bit easier for you. Coffee Hit. Oh, it's shorter, isn't it? Shorter. Does that work? Oh, we beat a... Oh, I had a sub-goal of 10, and I've just reached a sub-goal of 10. How exciting. How exciting. Coffee Hit. Coffee Hit. Coffee Hit. UK sitcoms. Comedy shows about things that if they were treated slightly differently wouldn't tend to be that funny. That's what you need to be thinking about here. Number 3. Wet fart yowls. And gosh, who hasn't done a wet fart and yowled? I mean, I think this is a pretty... what's the word? Empathetic? That's not the word I'm thinking of. We've all been there. We've all been there. Wet fart yowls. Wet fart yowls. Oh... I'm fit to bursting, guys. I am absolutely bursting with happiness here. This is wonderful. This is just wonderful. We're going to move through them, and then if you want to see any of them again at the end, you just flip and let me know in that chat, okay? Number 4, tit chowder. So this would be, I suppose, if you were to, rather than make a chowder out of clams, make a chowder out of very small birds. You'd need quite a lot, but then you need a lot of clams. Oh. Just smiling. And then the final anagram, Spew Hope. Spew Hope. Can be pretty tricky. Can be pretty tricky, but if you get them and you feel really good. You feel really good. What's the next one? And there's your 5. Does anybody need to see any of them again? Maybe we'll do just a quick run through. Comfortingly puny shin cyst. That's a very long name. There's a lot of letters there, isn't there? Maybe that's a clue. Number 2, coffee hit. Number 3, wet fart yowls. Number 4, tit chowder. And number 5, of course, who could forget Spew Hope? There we go. Pepper Salt, I need to watch more British sitcoms. Yeah, now, some of you non-Brits might think that this is a little tricky, a little unfair. But there are many other rounds that are, I would argue, have a bit more of an American bias to them. So, I want to give you guys the opportunity to learn about everything, okay? Not just stuff in your country. A lot of sad. I think a lot of people are struggling with this. But if you're struggling with the anagrams, I've got a question that I think you will do a lot better at. It's, of course, the musing. What would the sitcom about your life be called? What would the sitcom about your life be called? It's game over for us Brits, says JRPV20. It's tough. What would the sitcom about your life be called? That's the musing. So we've got 6 things to write down for each of these rounds for any newbies. What's number 1? What's number 2? What's number 3? What's number 4? What's number 5? And what's number M? Now, I have put M here, but if you wanted to write down 6 instead for all of the musings, I'm certainly not going to haul you off to a police station to be interrogated for 4 hours. That's just not my style. Wonderful stuff. And that is, I believe, the first round. Oh, no, we're going back to the... No, I need to remember to turn that off, don't I? See, it's a high production value, but every element of production value, every single element of production value just adds an extra thing that can go wrong. That's the joy of it. In some ways, that's the excitement of it. In some ways, that's the excitement of it. Do you want another round? Let's just move on to another round. Let's just get on to it quickly because we took quite a lot for the intro there. 23 minutes in. Yeah, let's probably get on for the next round. Ooh. Movie ladder, guys. All art is connected. I swear to you it is. You might wonder how Samuel L. Jackson, interviewer Larry King, former Surgeon General C. Everett Koop, and famed male model Fabio are connected. How are these connected? What? And I can tell you that they all appear in The Exorcist 3. Connected. Yeah? And another example is the movie ladder. So I'm going to be giving you... Oh, yeah. Cameraman George should be doing this, really. Is Cameraman George even watching? Not even sure. Movie ladder. Does this work? Does that work? No, it doesn't work. That's a shame. What should it be, then? What should it be? Oh, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to give... So basically, I'm going to show you a movie ladder, and it's all about which actors are in the same films. I'm going to give you spaces in the movie ladder, and you need to tell me what fills the spaces. Okay? It'll be clear when you see it. Here it is. So we've got the Magnificent Seven, we've got Jurassic World, we've got The Help, we've got Zombieland, we've got Now You See Me, and we've got Sisevenen. Magnificent Seven, Jurassic World, The Help, Zombieland, Now You See Me, Sisevenen. The link is 7 for this top and the bottom ones. I like to create a little link between the top and the bottom. That's just an added bit of value that I give to you. So all you need to do for each of these spaces is to give an actor that is in both the rung above and the rung below. And when I say actor, I'm using that in a unisex fashion. or a multi-sex fashion, or an omnisexual fashion, or a pan-genderific fashion. I think that's the right word to use these days. Magnificent Seven, Jurassic World, The Help, Zombieland, Now You See Me, and Sesevenin. I'm not even going to tell you which version of the Magnificent Seven this is. You know, is it the old one? Is it the new one? All I would say is just to consider, is there somebody who is in the old version of the Magnificent Seven and in Jurassic World? Who knows? The sounds of Hell's Kitchen there. The sirens, the life, I suppose, the gritty reality of Hell's Kitchen there. So I'm going to give you a few minutes to get these down. Somebody, I guarantee you, so atmospheric. Yeah, they just add that extra bit of grit. You know, you see the sequins, you see the fabulous backdrop, you see all of this production value, and you think, gosh, this must be made in the palaces of Beverly Hills. And then you hear those sirens and you think, gosh, how has Notme been able to craft such a professional looking thing in what is essentially a war zone with some lovely coffee shops? Someone was in the Magnificent Seven and Jurassic World. Somebody was in Jurassic World and The Help. Somebody was in The Help and Zombieland. Somebody was in Zombieland and Now You See Me. And somebody was in Now You See Me and Sesevenin. Or I think sometimes it's just pronounced seven. How are we doing? How are we doing, yeah? Yeah, we're doing good. Yeah, we're doing real good. Oh, that's not... Is that all it needs? There we go. I just needed to turn on CloudBot. It had turned off for some reason. This is basically, well, wherever your chat is, those are the instructions. More sirens. And I think that's enough time here. Let's get on with the musing, guys. Let's get on with the musing. You have to watch 7 films from one actor's filmography sat next to that same actor. Whose body of work do you consume? Can you hear that siren again, Monkey Pixie Funk? This is the reality. This is a daily reality, guys. And it feels like... It's gone. It feels like you can hear them from about 4 miles away. Because and every time, oh, they must be going past now. Nope. They've got another 12 minutes before they drive past my flat. Not very American movie as sirens go. Oh, really? What do you want the sirens to be like? What do you want the sirens to be like, Maple Panda? If it's going to be an American movie, disappointingly global, you want it to be like... Or I think that's only when it's the actual president is in the police car, which these days rarely happens. Thanks, Obama. Gritty Hell's Kitchen. It is very gritty. It is. I can't tell you how gritty it is. It's so gritty in Hell's Kitchen. Can I tell you, Nana Hob? I'm going to tell you this right now, and I'm going to look down the barrel of the camera, so it's like I'm looking straight into your eyes and your soul. It's so gritty in Hell's Kitchen. Colour has been drained from Hell's Kitchen so much because of the crime, and because of the smog, and because of the overall thick, chewy soup of danger, that so many of the pubs and bars and restaurants around here have to just provide whatever colour they can by hanging rainbow flags outside. That's all they can do to find a little bit of colour in this grey, gritty neighbourhood. Gosh, it's tough. You have to watch 7 films from one actor's filmography sat next to the same person whose body of work do you consume. And I think that there's an implied and why here. For most musings, there is, if I'm not writing and why, there is an implied and why. There we go. That's another round done. That's another round done. Those are definitely not do it. Absolutely. Those are... Oh, no, it's not going to come up now because it's just... Do those flags again. Do those flags again so we can see the flags. Those are exactly the flags that they use. That is kind of spooky, definitely. You've managed to... Very pleased today to be able to reuse this piece of artwork from Once and Future. Yes, there we go. It's those flags. I guess this must be like a Hell's Kitchen emote. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, from Zachalicious. Look at that. Look at that work. Let's get quizzical. Yeah, let's do it. Let's flip and do it. We've got one more round, guys. And it is one with, I think, one of my favourite round introductions. There he is. There's the odd one out. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. Awesome artwork. Super Nashwan 8, hello to you. Oh my gosh. Everyone's here. Odd one out. In the odd one out round, Notme will show you 4 pictures of things. You'll earn 1 point for every correctly identified thing, and the final point will be earned by describing what links 3 of the answers, and therefore which is the odd one out. Don't write your answers in the chat, though. Okay. So, this one's kind of tricky because I've got several different things. You don't know what I'm talking about, and that's absolutely fine. So, these are our 4. I wonder whether that might be a bit tricky. That might be a bit tricky, so I'm going to... Okay, yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Who are these people? Who are these people? That's questions 1 to 4. And then question 5, who is the odd one out and why? Now, the odd one out, I'm going to... It's quite fitting, actually, that this is the first week back we're doing the odd one out, because this is a round that will be discontinued, I believe. Because, of course, there are many, many different reasons why any one of these 4 would be the odd one out. And I do... The pedant in me does think it's maybe slightly unfair to expect you to just be reading my mind. I mean, when it comes to a minute to win it, that's the whole point of the game. But for this one, not so much. So unless I can think of a better format for doing it, it will be, I think, this might be the last odd one out that we do. But this is a wonderful one to finish on. So these are initials, of course. These are initials for these people. So write down who they are and then write down who is the odd one out and why. And I will say that there is something, that groups 3 of them, and that one, and then the other one is in some way linked to it as well, without explaining too much there. Gosh, a lot of these have just been, it's just one question. I'm just sat here waiting for you to do it. It's the luck of the draw, though. They all came from the round selector. You saw that. You saw that. We'll go until 36. Yeah. Who is the odd one out of these 4 lovely looking chaps? I very much enjoy creating the kind of slightly disapproving look between this one and this one. I don't agree with that size of collar. Oh, forget it. Chill out, dude. And I deliberately didn't do impressions of them, both because that would, give you an extra clue, and, some people would say it was pretty racist. Super Nash 18, just concentrating hard, trying to get at least 1 point because you kept quiet. That's fine. That's fine. You don't have to enact a massive guessing going on here. That's absolutely fine. If you guess correctly, then you get as many points for a guess as you do, as a lucky guess as you do for knowing the answer. So absolutely worth your time. And there we go. Is that the end of the round? No, baby. We need a musing. And this is because the odd one out. I always try and make the musing obviously connected to the questions. Just feels like it flows better that way. But with this one, I don't really want to, there's not much about the questions that I can say, because if I make a question about any of those people, you'll know who they are. So instead I have to go with a much more wide, just anything, just any kind of musing, a really broad musing. And today I've gone with, what's heaven like? What's heaven like? Nobody knows. Everybody's just got to guess. So what's your guess? What's heaven like? It's a big question, says TB. It is a big question. We ask the big questions here at I Am Smart, the Notme quiz. We ask the big questions, the big boy questions. And that is absolutely fine. Because, of course, the musing, I can't tell you that you're right. I can't tell you that you're wrong. So if you write something, you get a point. That's the joy. That's the joy of the musing. And I'll give you another minute to finish up explaining what heaven's like. You can go into as much or as little detail as you want, but obviously as much detail as you want is slightly more satisfying for us. Slightly more satisfying for the group, shall we say. But absolutely your call. And we are out of there. Guys, you did it. You flippin' did it. You completed all the questions. That's very exciting. That's very exciting. So just to kind of calm ourselves down, we're just going to run a 1 minute ad. Just to get that out off our backs, okay? Is it running? Is it running? It's running. Okay, good. Whew! We got there, guys. We got there. And it's only 39. I'm not sure I did do it, says AOL Time Warner. I suspect that you did better than you thought. AOL redeemed ad time. You want another ad? I mean, sure. Is that you're just... No, you didn't redeem it. If you'd have redeemed that about a minute before, I could have claimed that this was that one. But it's not, so that's a shame. But that's fine, that's fine. Okay, so we're going to do a prediction, guys. We're going to do a prediction. Gonna have a 2 minute prediction. Are we back? Are the ad people back? I think the ad people are back. Good. Monkey Pixie Funk, thank you for being my ad czar. So we're gonna run a little prediction here because, of course, the only thing left to have is minute to win it. So you vote whether you think that someone will guess minute to win it, because maybe someone won't, and maybe someone will. And then if you win, I think you get extra. M. Acton didn't see any ads. Well, that's good. I think it's because you're a subscriber. I think that's what we're working at, M. Acton. A little behind the scenes look. Yeah, it is. You're with me. You're with me. You're with me all the time. And I respect that. And I am pleased with that. And it just allows us to just feel a little bit more togetherness, I suppose, in a way. So it's should be above the chat wherever you're watching. Should be the prediction. We've got a few people who have predicted already, I believe. We've got one person saying yes and one person saying no. You don't have to, obviously. It's just an optional thing. I would just like to make a quick reference before we get into the answers. I want to talk about this. Notme Tournament of Champions for acting. Some of you may have believed, because of the inaction, pop that down there, the inaction that has taken place, that I've forgotten about it. Absolutely not true. In actuality, this is far bigger than anything I could have predicted. So we've got 32 actors and 32 actresses. And for each one of them, I'm picking a lovely little clip and doing a little talk about them. So it's a huge amount of work. Arguably, it's too much work. I've bitten off more than I can chew. But I was blessed with a large mouth, both figuratively and literally. And so I am going full steam ahead. Absolutely going full steam ahead with it. And I hope that you will join me there. In voting. Got to make sure you vote. I'm also going to take you through now, before we get to the answers. Very excited for the Tournament of Champions. Me too, Nana. Me too. I'm glad you said that. I'm just going to go through my New Year's resolutions. I said at the beginning of January that I wouldn't be doing my New Year's resolutions in January because most New Year's resolutions die in January. And so I thought, well, how do you beat that? You start it after January. So I'm starting my New Year's resolutions. I started a couple of days ago at the beginning of February, just to go through them with you in case you're interested. Number one, I'm going to do 20 episodes of livetainment, at least. It could be more. Hopefully it will be more, but at least 20. You've got to make them achievable. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for a lose-lose situation. So you've got 20 episodes to watch. At least 20 opportunities to tune in and have your mind blown to completion. Number two, gain a skill. You know, I look at other artists who have supplementary skills and I really envy that. I think that they're absolutely fantastic. So I want to gain a skill, but I don't really care what skill it is, which makes it really open-ended, makes it a lot more likely that I will be able to succeed at this resolution. Again, you've got to make it achievable. I just want it to be the kind of skill that when I show people my skill, they go, ooh, that kind of thing. That's the reaction that I'm looking for. Number three, I want to go on a third date. Yeah, this is a big one. This is a big one, guys. I haven't been on a third date in 11 years. But doing Inktober, which was a retrospective, an examination of my relationship past, it really gave me a lot more vim and vigor. To find that special someone, because the first date is like, sure, I'll take a chance. Second date is like, okay, I'll take they didn't mess it up the first time, I suppose. But that third date says, I really like this person and I'm going to kiss them on the mouth. And, I'm a human, flesh and blood. I want that smooch. Number four, I want to do 1,000 sit-ups because I've got a gut that's larger than I'd wish it to be. And that means I need to do sit-ups. I would love to... I figured that 1,000 was a good number of sit-ups to do because it sounds like loads. My God, 1,000 sit-ups. So it makes me feel like I'm doing something fantastic. But in reality, it actually works out at about 2.7 per day. And so yesterday morning, I woke up and I did 40 sit-ups. Not that difficult. And then I'm done for a fortnight. And then number five, have a great bath. I had a very disappointing bath over Christmas, and it just really made me want to really get back in the tub and see what was possible with life. I want to be fully submerged. I want there to be a bath bomb. I want to have pruny fingers by the end. Because the bath that I had was very shallow. It was essentially a very hot puddle, and that gave me I don't want that experience. I do want a very deep bath experience. I want it deep and I want it hot and I want it this year. So those are my five. Are you looking for skill suggestions, says M. Acton? If you want to give me a skill suggestion, M. Acton, I will happily take it. I'll gobble that up like donuts. Yes, absolutely. Nana Hobber believes in me with regard to love. Thank you so much. AOL Time Warner official, great sit-up budgeting. Thank you, AOL Time Warner. I thought it's, it fulfills both ends of it, yeah? Hot puddle bath, not a good time. Not indeed. Thank you very much. Definitely not Duda. Does anyone want some answers? Yeah, let's get on with some answers, shall we? Let's get on with... What was the first one we did? Oh, Anagram a Ding Dong. Let's do it. Anagram a Ding Dong, of course. The musing, though. Let's start off with the musing. What would the sitcom about your life be called? Oh, we get to do the thing, don't we? Oh, we get to do the thing again. How exciting. What do I want you to do with your answer for this musing? What do I want you to do? I want you to get it in the chat. Get that answer in the chat. What would the sitcom about your life be called? Let me know, and we'll go through them after we have finished with these questions. Anagram, number 1, comfortingly, puny, shin, cyst. It's a long name, and the longest named British sitcom, as far as I'm aware, is Monty Python's Flying Circus. Well done if you got that one right. Well done if you got any of these right, because I do think anagrams, when you get them, they're great, and when you don't, they just make you feel like you're just 2 inches tall. Coffee Hit. What's Coffee Hit? It's a shorter name. There's a T and an H and an E in it. What letters are left? The Office. It's The Office, of course. It's the UK version of the American show. It's the same as The Office in America, except more realistic and therefore less happy, but just as funny. Wet Fart Yowls. Wet Fart Yowls. What do we think? Faulty Towers. Oh, we're going old school a little bit. It's one of the best. Per a lot of people's opinions. Faulty Towers. I think the guy plays the Spanish guy. He's just really, honestly, just a real thickie. Tit Chowder. Of course, unscrambles to the IT crowd. A bit more modern with that one. The IT crowd. Well done if you got that one. And question number 5. Spew Hope. Again, it's a short one. There's only 8 letters here. That's Peep Show. Well done if you got any of those, because they were quite tricky. If they were quite tricky and you didn't get a lot of them, take comfort in the fact that everybody was dealing with those, and from the looks of the chat at least, nobody was having a great time. That's what I provide. Let's get some musings. Definitely not dude up, making my way downtown. That's lovely, because then that's just setting up for the theme tune. Definitely not dude. Getting in hilarious situations. And now she wanders around Port, making her way downtown. Yeah, just doing errands. That says to me it's going to be more of a home-based sitcom than a work-based sitcom, but who knows? Lovely stuff. I'd be tuning in. You know I would. M. Acton, clumsy. Again, there's a very interesting ocean split. Definitely making my way downtown feels very much like a US sitcom, doesn't it? And clumsy feels very UK. Clumsy from M. Acton. Lovely stuff. And a huge amount of physical comedy. I feel like getting in there, much in the way of Some Mothers Do Have 'Em. That kind of thing. Or what scrape is M. Acton going to get into now? Doesn't have to be a scrape. Could be a break. Could be a snap. Could be a pull. Could be some kind of torsion. But lovely stuff nonetheless. JRPV20, desperately seeking shortbread. Wonderful stuff. Maybe it's at a shortbread factory. Maybe. Or it could just be, a guy at home who flipping loves biscuits. Wonderful stuff nonetheless. Pepsaw, mediocre in retrospect. Mediocre in retrospect. There's only a certain audience that's going to be tuning in for that. But if that's the audience you want, then that's the audience you're going to get. Because it exemplifies both my life and the theoretical sitcom. Wow. Okay. Okay, so that's a bit of a bummer. So then that puts it more in the kind of UK sitcom realm of just everything's going... And it's not even going wrong. That's the interesting thing with this one. It's not even going wrong. It's just a bit mediocre. It's just a bit pants. That's nice. Forget Me Snots is Nana Hobbob. Sounds disgusting, but nice. I mean, it's maybe, again, a kind of a children's-y type thing. It's kind of gross out. A lot of gunge. Forget Me Snot. It's like love, but with somebody with a condition of constant cold and flu. Lots of catarrh. Wonderful stuff. Massive Peep Show fans here. Says M. Acton. Lovely stuff. Monkey Pixie Funk, one pint of special and a packet of Monster Munch and some sick. Okay, so maybe that's a riff on the UK sitcom 2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps. Bit more specific, and then adding in the sick at the end, which says, okay, so this is somebody who drinks a lot, but they really shouldn't because they can't handle it. So maybe, why are they drinking? There's a lot of questions being brought up there. Lovely. The urge to merge, says AOL Time Warner. I mean, I would definitely watch a sitcom based around the merging of AOL and Time Warner. I mean, that's just... Surely there's laughs to be wrung out of that. Special brew. Okay, really hammering down on that Monkey Pixie Funk. You know, you're workshopping it, and that's absolutely fine. Manana, a story of unrealized plans. Manana, Super Nash 1-8. That's one to be conjured with. I enjoy that a lot. Manana. Would it have anything to do with bananas? Because then, I mean, you can work in some kind of sponsorship thing with Chiquita, Bananco, Gorilla's Choice. More a boardroom drama than a sitcom, I suppose. But, I mean, if you get a wacky guy, AOL Time Warner, you get a wacky guy in that boardroom who loves wearing his ties, loves wearing his funny ties. And then there's there's a woman maybe who's really miserable all the time. She's and then there's 2 youngsters, good looking people. They fall in love. So you get a kind of a Jim and Pam, Tim and Dawn, Ross and Rachel, Sam and Diane kind of situation, or Nick and Jess from New Girl. That's just as satisfying a love story. We all know that. An Arm and a Leg, a sitcom where I constantly discover how expensive it is to live in New York City. Oh, it is expensive, isn't it, TB Douglas? It is expensive. Absolutely. There is a supermarket, or a grocery store, as they're known over in this country, on my block that is, I believe, the most expensive I have ever experienced. It might be the most expensive in the world. You want a packet of crisps? Do you have $10? It's constantly surprising, and it does make it quite tricky to live frugally, which is what I need to because of my medical debt. Guys, points all round, I think. Absolutely fantastic sitcoms. I would watch them all, or at very least, I would put them on my watch list. And I would be meaning to... Oh, I have heard good things about Manana. Yeah, no, I keep on hearing good things. You must watch Manana. I would love to watch Manana. But I haven't even finished the first season of The Urge to Merge yet. Oh, I think Forget Me Snot's really good. Can I just have a minute, okay? I still need to watch White Lotus. Great stuff, guys. Great stuff. Movie Ladder. Let's move it along to Movie Ladder. The musing of Movie Ladder, you have to watch 7 films from one actor's filmography sat next to the same actor. Whose body of work do you consume? If you want to let me know which films you're watching as well, then please do. I should have copied and pasted, shouldn't I? Can I copy and paste from up here? Does that work? It does work. Oh my gosh, yeah, it does work. That's lovely. Get it in the chat, guys. Whose filmography are you watching right next to them? So they are going to see every reaction that you have to it. Or you're going to chat with them about it. Or only have to watch 7 films. So somebody who's new, somebody who's brand new, probably going to struggle with that one. Here we go. Magnificent 7, Jurassic World, The Help, Zombieland, Now You See Me, and Sir Severin. Who is in the Magnificent 7 in the Jurassic World? I'll tell you, it's the new Magnificent 7. And somebody who's in that and Jurassic World. The lead of Jurassic World, so you'd be kicking yourself if you didn't get this one. It is, of course, Chris Pratt. Jurassic World and The Help is the only other person who I felt comfortable enough that enough people would know from Jurassic World, because that is the first one. That's not Jurassic World : Dominion, where they brought all the Jurassic Park people back. No, this is just the first one. The only other person from that cast was, of course, Bryce Dallas Howard. She's Ginger, but she's not Jessica Chastain. That's a nice way of remembering who that is. And she was in The Help, of course. I believe at one point she eats a pie that's laced with feces. It's a comedy. And she was, somebody else who was in Help, but who was also in Zombieland. Another Ginge, Emma Stone. Big tinge of the ginge in The Help. Jessica Chastain was not in The Help, though. Neither was Carrot Top. Emma Stone was in Zombieland. Somebody was in Zombieland and Now You See Me. And he wore hats in both. Maybe a little self-conscious about his lack of head follicles. It was, of course, Woody Harrelson. Woody Harrelson was in Now You See Me. Somebody was in Now You See Me and Sir Severin. It was, of course, I believe that might be a spoiler, so I won't go for that one. But yeah, Now You See Me and 7 was, of course, Mr. Morgan Freeman. Now You See Me was more of a paycheck movie for me. So well done if you got any of those right. That can be quite tricky, I think. That can be quite tricky. And if there is, for instance, somebody who's in Zombieland and Now You See Me who wasn't Woody Harrelson, please let me know. Please let me know. I would love to give you that extra point. And maybe some croc points as well. For the uninitiated, croc points are points that don't actually count towards your final score, but when you earn something throughout the quiz, and they just make you feel as good as if you were wearing a pair of Crocs. Well done to everybody who got any of those right. Musing, you have to watch 7 films from one actor's filmography sat next to that same actor. Whose body of work do you consume? Let's have a little look at this. Super Nash 18 straight in there. Gotta be Hanks. Gotta be Hanks. I mean, what? I'm gonna. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna head onto here, and we're gonna do this. Oh my gosh! Look at that. We're gonna go IMDb. It stands for the Internet Movie Database, and we're gonna look up some of these people. We're gonna try and find out which films we would want to be watching. I mean, Tom Hanks. My word. What a bevy of films you could pick from. He's known for Castaway. They've put Big in his top 4. That's interesting. Do we agree with that? You could watch Castaway with him, Big, Forrest Gump, Saving Private Ryan, A Man Called Otto. Let's get rid of producer. Let's get rid of writer. Just give me them acting ones. Inferno, where he played Robert Langdon. My gosh, that could be lovely. Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, where he's Fred Rogers. News of the World, where he just read out the news. Oh, but he did. You know, when you have those people you think, oh gosh, I could just watch you read anything. And that proved it, because he was just reading out the news there. The music video for Carly Rae Jepsen's I Really Like You. I'm not sure I'd necessarily count that because that's not a feature film. Is it not a feature film? No, it's not a feature film. Saving Mr. Banks. Yeah, absolutely fantastic choice. Super Nash 18. Straight in there. No hesitation. Gotta be Hanks. Peppersill. Mel Brooks. He would have a lot to say. Mel Brooks. interestingly, I saw him being interviewed once about Blazing Saddles, which is a wonderful comedy. Really plays with race in a very enjoyable, playful way. And he said that he thought it was the greatest comedy ever made. He had that confidence in his own work to say, no, this is, a lot of people think different things, that's fine. But he thought it was the best film ever made. Said it with an absolute straight face. Fair play to him. Fair play to him. Nicolas Cage. We've got a couple of Cages here. Of course we have. Cage is a long-time fan of the Smarties. So many films to choose from. So much to learn about his shamanistic nouveau acting style. Wonderful bit of knowledge there. Definitely not Duda. Wonderful bit of knowledge there. I think you get some croc points for that. And Nick Cage, so I could shake his hand and give him some of my popcorn. He would love the popcorn. He would love the popcorn. I'm sure he would. Maybe he would eat some of it. Maybe he would study some of it. Maybe he would become some of it. That's the joy you get from Nicolas Cage. Keanu Reeves, I just think it would be good company along for the ride. Yeah, he would. He's pretty chilled. He's pretty chilled, Keanu. Doesn't Keanu mean something like super chilled? Pretty sure it does. Like the breeze. I mean, has there ever been a better named person? Keanu. I'm just like the breeze, dude. I just go with the flow, dude. But if I'm John Wick, I'll break your neck and I'll stab a pencil into your eye. That's what you get with him. Breeze can be deadly. Tom Hanks from AOL Time Warner as well. Lovely stuff. Sandra Bullock, says TB, because I like a lot of what she's made, and the bad ones, it seems like she'd be happy to laugh at herself. She famously showed up to pick up a Razzie, didn't she? She famously showed up to pick up a Razzie. Oh, she's got a great sense of humour about herself, has Sandy. Oh, Sandy Bullock, absolutely. The girl next door. The woman next door. I think she's in her 50s now, but absolutely would be happy to laugh at herself. But I would like to just say to her, you know what, Sandra Bullock? Some people say they don't like All About Steve. I think it's great. Did it make me laugh? Yeah. Did I want you to get together with Steve? Yeah. It's done its job. I'm going to take these off. There's no real reason for me to be wearing them. M. Acton, Steve Guttenberg. He's in all the best Police Academy films, plus Three Men and a Baby Little Lady. Guttenberg doesn't get his due, in this humble man's opinion. Steve Guttenberg, you want to talk about a run. You want to talk about an actor having a run. I mean, of course, it doesn't beat Jim Carrey's run in 1995 of being in The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and Ace Ventura. Yeah, they all came out in the same year. But the Goot, let's have a look. Let's have a little look here. Directed two things. That's impressive. He's still going, isn't he? He's still going. How to Murder Your Husband, Break Even, Original Gangster, where he played Jean-Baptiste Philippe. I want to see that. We're going back to the 80s here. Okay, so Police Academy, 1984. Police Academy 2, 1985. That's a great sequel. Also 1985. Cocoon, wonderful film. And then where's Three Men and a Baby? 1987. Short Circuit, 1986. Banger after banger from Guttenberg. Wonderful stuff. TB's throwing in, I think Sandra Bullock would be capable of laughing at her bad ones. Steve Guttenberg has no bad ones. That's what you get with Goot. Definitely not Dude. It wasn't Jesse Eisenberg in both Zombieland and Now You See Me. Is someone just racking up the croc points? Somebody just maxing out on croc points? Absolutely, definitely. It wasn't in The Help as well, but... Oh no, but that doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, no, absolutely. Could have been Jesse Eisenberg. Wonderful stuff. Anybody who wrote Jesse Eisenberg, give yourself a point. Jeez. JLPV20, Walken for the stories as much as the pitch whips. Walken. Just to spend that time with Walken. Do you know what I'd ask him? I'd ask him, can I have a little dance, Christopher? Can I dance with you, Christopher? Can we just spend some time dancing, Christopher? Deer Hunter. Catch Me If You Can. The Prophecy. That's a trilogy. Hairspray. I don't know if that's number 4 for me, but that's fine. He was in Severance. I didn't realise he was in Severance. Very exciting. War with Grandpa. I mean, maybe we'll go back a little. He was in Joe Dirt 2. Beautiful Loser. 7 Psychopaths. That's a wonderful film. Kill the Irishman. Balls of Fury. Man of the Year. Gosh, Walken that's a fantastic choice. That's a fantastic choice. Stream getting a little choppy, is it? Oh, I do apologise there, Time Warner. Oh, that is going bad. Why is that going so bad? That shouldn't be going bad. Apologies, guys. Okay, well let's move on. Gutenberg's great, absolutely. Drew Barrymore, that's lovely. Comes across as good company, absolutely. She's just a normal. She's up there with the Bullocks of the world, just being chill. No bad ones, much like Cage. Seth Rogen, yes, lovely. No, you're not. All good, all good. Let's move on. Final round, I believe. Odd one out. There's the odd one out. The musing, of course. What's Heaven Like? Cannot wait to hear what you guys are going to say about this. Why is the stream so choppy? It doesn't make any sense. I'm all plugged in. It's all fine. I'm going to apologise, guys. I'm going to apologise. What's Heaven Like? Get it in the chat, guys. Could just be my AOL. AOL solid, Time Warner. Don't feel bad about yourself. Don't feel bad about yourself. Let's get the musings. What's Heaven Like? Let's go for the questions. Who are these people? Number 1 is, of course, James Brown. The new super heavy Ministry of Funk leader, James Brown. Number 2, we have Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall. First African American, I believe. Thurgood Marshall. The judge. You know. Number 3, Chadwick Boseman. Oh, Chadwick. And number 4 is Jackie Robinson. Well done if you got those ones right. Some of them are quite tricky. But who was the odd one out? It was, of course, Chadwick Boseman, because Chadwick Boseman has never played Chadwick Boseman. Wait, where do we do it? Ding, ding, ding. Oh, no. That's not going to work. Yeah, so Chadwick Boseman played James Brown. He played Thurgood Marshall, and he played Jackie Robinson. But he's never played himself. And I did actually check on his IMDb whether he had ever played himself. And he never has. He's appeared as himself on, interviews and so forth. But no, he never has. Gosh, this bit rate does annoy me. So let's get these musings. Monkey Pixie Funk. Heaven is a place. Nobody else has put theirs in. Oh, is this all going wrong? Heaven is a place on earth, specifically Penge. That's lovely. Heaven is a colourful version of Hell's Kitchen. Like those flags, Pepper saw. Yeah. Just a rainbow flag everywhere. Definitely not Duda. Here we go. Let's get into this. There are animals everywhere who want to cuddle with you. You have your own room with an ocean view and the comfiest bed you've ever been in. Tempur-Pedic much? And there's a projector. You can watch anything on a huge screen. You can have any food you want, and there's beautiful nature trails for walking. I mean, who can disagree with that? All good stuff. Absolutely fabulous. Definitely not Duda. Lovely. Gosh, animals everywhere who want to cuddle you. Even dangerous animals. It's when you see people, keepers, people at sanctuaries who get big cuddles from like tigers and stuff. You think, gosh, jealous much? You get it in heaven. Big octopus just giving you a hug with all 8 arms. Oh, wonderful. Wonderful stuff. JRPV 20. Heaven is a 10-second high when the DJ puts on your jam request and everybody physically and mentally subscribes. Wow. Wow. So it's just a series of you requesting a song and a DJ playing a song. That's excellent stuff. That's excellent stuff. Really, really enjoyable. And mentally, physically and mentally subscribes to... Oof. Gosh. Nana Hobbob, animal-based again. An endless petting zoo of all the friendly critters you want to give affection. But it also smells very nice. Yeah, that's a difficult one as well, isn't it? If you really want it, then the animals are going to have to poop. Angel Delight, fudge, something like that. I mean, then it would be difficult, I think. Okay, so just FYI, guys, an ad is going to start in about 15 seconds. I apologize if there's those of you who will be seeing it, but I've lasted as long as I can. I really have. And we're getting on a little bit now. It's an hour and 11. We're going to try and crack on. If you were in a heaven where there were lots of animals, but in order to counteract the smell, they all pooped food that was delicious, it would be a big leap of faith, I think, the first time you ate some of it. Yeah? Fair? Like if there was a cow, very affectionate cow, loved you and gave you lovely moos, and then they pooped out a burger, it would take a little bit of time for you to say, it smells like a burger, it looks like a burger, but I just saw this fall out of a cow's anus. Can I be sure? And I think for me, it would require God himself to stand there and say, not me. Have a little bite of that. You're not going to regret it. Barbecue! That kind of thing. Cats and cardigans, says Gamer Hole. Cats and cardigans, that's all it is. Just constantly. Just on a loop. Cats and cardigans, that's lovely. M. Acton, heaven is a room with all my favourite people dancing to headphone disco. No rubbish songs whatsoever. Again, it's a disco-based heaven. A lot of people liking the disco. It's the music, it's the dancing. That's my guess. You can always find someone willing to play table tennis with you. There's an endless supply of Chinese food takeout. AOL Time Warner, that's lovely. Again, I love the simplicity of some of these. The simplicity. I just want to play table tennis and eat some Kung Pao chicken. That's all I want for eternity. And I wish that for you, AOL Time Warner. And TB Douglas, heaven is a languid afternoon. Shout out to the word languid. That's a crock point. People watching on a plaza with a glass of wine and some charcuterie in the company of great friends. So kind of like I Am Smart, the Notme quiz. But, this isn't a plaza. You're not people watching, you're people kind of learning with. But, I mean, if you want some wine and charcuterie, you go for it. And great friends, we're all great friends. We all get points. Points all round, guys. Points all round. M. Acton, Stu Seaton is watching with me and says his idea of heaven is a comfy sofa with Not Me on every channel. I mean, it's points all round, guys. But if there was one correct answer, I think you know which one I'd pick. Wonderful stuff. Oh, there he is again. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that, my word. So, earlier we guessed on the minute to win it, because that's all we've got left to do. That's all we've got left to do. Whew. It's been a while and I've been looking forward to it. Oh, it's a minute to win it, guys. It's a minute to win it. For the uninitiated, I have written something on the light box beneath my desk. It's right down there. I'm looking at it right now. This black box is a live feed. So if the light turns on, you'd be able to see what the answer is. But the light is not turned on, so you cannot. Okay? We're looking... I'm going to give you a category as a clue, and you can guess what that word is as many times as you want. But each guess must be in its own chat message. Okay? Guess 1, enter. Guess 2, enter. Guess 3, enter. Nana Hobbob, the most exciting minute in live-tainment, you're not wrong. You are absolutely not wrong. Okay. The purpose of this is for you to connect with another great artiste. This guy right here. So you need to just really, this big white expanse of forehead, you need to kind of really try and draw. I'm going to be sending it out. I'm gonna be beaming this out to all of you. You just need to be picking it up, okay? And of course, it has been a long time since we've done this. And so, and with this, the bit rate's cleaned up a little bit, but we're going to be, I'm going to be pretty generous with this because it seems like some people are struggling. The topic is, ladies and gentlemen, units of time. Every guess in its own chat message, okay? When is the timer going? The timer has started. The timer has started. I'm thinking it. If you were Darren Brown, you'd have picked up on it by now. What is it? Units of time. What unit of time have I written down there? Bitrate looks awful. That's terrible. Minutes, fortnight, minute, second, years, decades, lovely, month, eon, wonderful stuff, century, years, light years, millennia. Wonderful. We've gone big. Could we go small? Milliseconds. Lovely work. Century, decades, light year. Yes. Keep them going, guys. The more guesses you make, the more chance you have of getting it. Months, centuries. That's technically over, but I'll allow answers to continue to trickle in. Biannual, says JRPV. Biannual, my word. Jiffy, excellent work, says from TB. Millennium, says SJBX72. A tick. I'll just be there in a tick, says Gamerhole. Lovely. Isn't light year a distance? I don't know. 2 shakes of a rat's tail. Moon phase. Blink. This is excellent stuff, guys. This is excellent stuff. But has anybody got the right answer? Can you see you can just about see the plug. Lunar thingies. Could be. The answer is... it's fortnight. A lot of people got it. The first person to get it, on I believe it's about the 3rd guess, it's Maple Panda. 2 bonus points to Maple Panda. Minutes, fortnight. I thought it would take a lot longer to get it than that. But you got it. Excellent stuff. As your reward... here's some pictures of my son. And now that means, of course, manage that prediction. Did somebody guess the minute to win it? Yes, somebody guessed the minute to win it. So well done to everybody who guessed that they would. And please tot up your scores, ladies and gentleflaps. Let's get those answers down. Or the scores. While you tot up your scores, I want to remind you that in this quiz, you're only competing against yourself. There's no point threshold to being smart. If you've got all the questions right that you realistically could have been expected to get, then you are smart. Art doesn't become successful because of the opinions of others or box office numbers. It becomes successful when you say, yeah, that's great. If you think your performance today was great, then it absolutely was great. No 2 ways about it. And if you are watching this on YouTube, not live, make sure you write down your score and your musing answers in the comments below, because I would love to hear how you did. How have we done, guys? Lost connection at the crucial moment of glory. Can't hear anything? No! So when I say winner, I don't mean winner necessarily in terms of, beating everybody else. But whoever is the high point scorer gets to choose one of the rounds for next week's quiz. So there are stakes here. Yeah, that connection's terrible. TB, not my best. 12. Monkey Pixie Funk, 7. Well done. 12 for M. Acton. Yes. Definitely not due to 16. Continuing the absolute dominance. Definitely not due to wonderful stuff. Nano Hobble, 13. Well done. Lucky 13. As before. 11. Dear. Not Dear JRPV. No. Wonderful stuff. Supernatural 8, less than 10. That's fine. AOL Time Warner 11. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you guys for getting involved, for engaging with what is, I think we can all agree, the most creative quiz in live-tainment. Okay? So next week, definitely not Duda. Same time, same place. Definitely not Duda. We'll be picking Too Few to Mention SJ Beck 72. I think he did pretty well. Next week, we're going to be doing the whole damn thing again. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned a little something. And I hope you felt creative all at the same time. I am Notme. I am Art. And I hope you'll join me next time, same place. With the new time that I think has worked out better for everybody. Hopefully we'll work on that those bit rate issues. But beyond that, I think it worked pretty well today. You'll have another opportunity to improve your art and say to the world, yes, I am smart. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very, very much. Perfect end to the week. I feel good about it. I feel good about it too, AOL Time Warner. I'm feeling good. It's been an absolute joy being back and to see you all and to play some lovely games with you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.
So there we go, and well done you, whatever your score might be. I definitely think that you are smart, though Rob's not as smart as me. Your art will be better, trust me on this, should be nothing short of sublime. That's why you learn, and don't stop now, I'll see you right here next time. I am smart,